guys, today is going to be another devotional, and today's topic is going to be a little, kind of rough. Whenever I first became a Christ follower, I just thought it was all about how I looked on the outside. Did I wear modest clothing? Did I quote Bible scriptures on Facebook? Did I quote Bible scriptures on Instagram? Did I appear to be a Christian person? And I soon found out that it's not about exactly how you appear, because people can appear one way and they're completely different in the inside. You can look like you have it all together and that you're this Christian person and that you're perfect and you never make mistakes, but you aren't. And this passage, I came across it a while back, and it really just stuck to me that we are like that sometimes. It's in Luke chapter 11. It's whenever Jesus is talking to the Pharisees. And I'm just going to read it real quick. It's going to be Luke chapter 11, verse 37. After Jesus had finished speaking, a Pharisee asked Jesus to eat with him. So Jesus went in and sat at the table. But the Pharisee was surprised when he saw that Jesus did not wash his hands before the meal. The Lord said to him, "You Pharisees clean the outside of the cup and the dish, but inside you're full of greed and evil. You foolish people, the same one who made what is outside also made what is inside. So give what is in your dishes to the poor, and then you will be fully clean. How terrible for you, Pharisees! You give God 1/10 of even your mint, your rue, and every other plant in your garden. But you fail to be fair to others and to love God. These are the things you should do while continuing to do those other things. How terrible for you, Pharisees, because you love to have the most important seats in the synagogues, and you love to be greeted with respect in marketplaces. How terrible for you, because you are like a hidden grave, which people walk on without knowing." So as I was reading that passage, it just kind of spoke out to me like, hey, just because you look like you have everything on the outside doesn't mean that you do. And it really matters what's in the inside. I can be a completely, different person in the inside than what I am on the outside. And I feel like when I first started following Jesus, I just was an outward appearance. I wanted to look like I had it all put together, and I didn't really work on my inside. And that's when it really gets to you. You need to work on your inside. You need to work on your character, just your everyday character. You can't just do the checklist that you're supposed to do and expect to have that close relationship with God. If you don't put in the work to do that, then you don't have a relationship. It makes me think of, if you were to go out to eat somewhere and you saw a cup and you were like, oh, that's a really nice cup, and you picked it up and the inside looked like disgusting, had mold in it, you wouldn't want to drink out of it. And I feel like that's kind of how God is with us. He might see something on the outside, but He really knows our inside. And if our inside doesn't reflect how we should be as Christ followers, then obviously we're hypocrites. And a lot of people in the church, and I know in my experiences, I've dealt with people in the church that are mean and hateful, and it made me not even want to go to church. And that's terrible, but I feel like a lot of people go through things where they've met a Christian who is mean to them, and they're completely turned off by it. And I don't want that to be the case with me and with anyone that I'm associated with. There are a lot of Christians out there that they say they're Christians, but there's a lot of hate in their heart. And I feel like in order to be a Christ follower, you do need to love others, and you don't need to give so much hate. There's so much hate in this world. And I'm not saying that you don't tell the people, biblical truths about the things that they're doing, but you do it in a loving way. You build a relationship first, and then you can dig into the truth behind the word. This verse just kind of, I don't know, it puts that reminder in my heart of, you can appear one way, but you better be that way in your heart as well. You don't need to post on social media to get that feeling of, I don't even know, like, oh my gosh, they like me because they like my post. Oh, I have 20 likes. Oh, I have 50. Like, I feel like some people, they post things on the internet to try to get likes. And that's very aggravating. They feel like their self-worth is based off of their Instagram likes or their Facebook likes. And whatever cool, cute verse they can post in a cool scripty font matters the most. It doesn't really matter what that verse means. It matters how many likes they can get on that post. I just think in order for us to not be like the Pharisees, we need to look at our own heart, and we need to decide that we are living for God, and we're not just living for the likes and living for, oh, she's a Christian, when in reality, you're not, because you have so much hate for other people. So that's my devotion for the day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.